me see if this package, oh, it wasn't for me? I got so excited. I'm just gonna read this and then I'll head out. Or actually, I could go in my car, but it's right. I'll read it quick. Because the Bible tells us to. So even in your hardship, even in your down days, like, you should always be glad, because there is always something to be grateful for. No matter what, there's always something to be grateful for. Even if you're just like a down person, like, be grateful for something, and that actually helps you. You know what I mean? Like, if you wake up like just with gratitude and thankfulness, it will make you more happier, and it will have a positive effect. I guarantee that. I am living proof of it. Seriously. I may say things, but it's because like I've either experienced it or gone through it. You know what I mean? So when you're thinking negatively, you're going to get negative. But when you're thinking positive and you're more thankful and grateful, good things are going to come to you. And who doesn't want good things to come to them, you know? Not out of greed or anything, but just because, why not? I like your hair. Her missionary father began teaching her to rejoice and be glad at all things one Christmas, when the family received a via steamer ship, a barrel filled with random items a missionary family might need. Her missionary father began teaching her to rejoice and be glad at all things one Christmas, when the family received via steamer ship a barrel filled with random items a missionary family might need. Pollyanna wanted, oh, is that what Pollyanna is? Like, now I remember, like, when they say like a Pollyanna gift, like it's like when you're giving a gift to somebody. Is that it? Be a Pollyanna? Be a gift? Did I figure that out myself without, like, I'm honestly gonna head out to my car right now. It'll be quieter and then I can read and like not get so distracted. I'm a person that gets distracted like easily. I've never like been diagnosed with ADHD or anything, but it would make sense, you know what I mean? Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, I'm always like carrying like a bunch of things at once. I know I'm sorry. Like literally, this is me like 24/7 carrying a million things. Picture perfect, you don't need no filter. Not down your head, your camera. Imagine I left my phone here and I forgot about it and drove off. That would be bad. We're not gonna say that. Oh, I'm loving the jams. Loving the jams. Okay. All right. Ooh. Yes, honey, yes. And I understand why people like do I also need to get like a gadget for my car. There we go, on my steering wheel. All right. I understand why people like to film in their car. It's like so just nice. How was your day today? How was your day today? Am I gonna pull up a little bit now? All right. I did everything right. I closed it, yeah. Sorry if I'm like going in and out. Okay. But yeah, Pollyanna, I think I know what that is now. Pollyanna wanted a doll so bad. Or no, it's an actual person? Oh, sorry. I didn't know what it was. Be a Pollyanna. Okay, so I gotta read this before. Okay. Pollyanna wanted a doll so badly, but when the barrel was opened, there was no doll. Instead, there was a pair of crutches. Pollyanna was so sad. But then her father challenged her to be glad for the crutches. Why? Because we don't need them. Because we don't need them. You don't need certain things in life. It's just a want. It's just a want. It's just a desire. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things in life that you want, but it's not a need. You know? Water, food, shelter. There's certain things that are needs, certain things that are want. And when you figure out like your needs and your want, I think you just like live a better life. Because you're just thankful for the things that you already have, you know? Because we don't need them. It changed her outlook completely. Exactly. If you change your outlook, it'll be good. And she lived, but you go through life, you know what I mean? Like you go through life and you live and you learn, but you got to learn from stuff. It changed her outlook completely, and she lived her life from from then on, despite many serious challenges, with that attitude of abundance, gladness, which in turn completely transformed the people around her. If you have, say, like, if you're living life good, or like even if you like you're happy or positive, or you have good energy, or like exactly like this, it's not even what I'm saying. Like it's just exactly what this said here. Pollyanna was so sad because her father challenged, Pollyanna was so sad, but then her father challenged her to be glad for the crutches. Why? Why be glad for the crutches? It wasn't what I wanted, Daddy. I wanted a doll. Because we don't need them. It changed her outlook completely, and she lived her life from then on. Despite many serious challenges, everybody goes through challenges, everybody, with the attitude of abundance, gladness, which in turn completely transformed the people around her. When you, like exactly like her, like she was more grateful and just like changed her life completely. She was able to bless others. She was able to help others, you know what I mean? And help other people around her. Like if you're going to stay in like a negative mindset, and if you're going to stay like around, like, you know what I mean? Like if you're just going to be futile with your mind and not let yourself like live a good life, or like just be happy or appreciate certain things, like the people around you have a big cause and effect in that, you know what I mean? So just be grateful every day. Be grateful that you wake up. And for some people that is hard. It is so hard to just be grateful that they woke up, because they're like, I didn't even want to wake up. You know what I mean? So there's always this and that. There's always this and that. But you should be grateful. There is always somebody out there for somebody. There's always somebody praying for you, looking down on you, loving you, like thinking of you. Like you ever hear those things where it's like, you may think that nobody thought of you, but they remember that one time when you just smiled at them, and they just remember your face or whatever it was. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful story, and living in that rejoice and be glad attitude is what God directly asks of us every day, despite our very real challenges. 100%. I watched this play out not long ago with a family who was walking a very, very hard road. Their son had a dangerous heart situation with multiple surgeries, and doctors warned he might not survive. That's so sad. I know. They knew they had a choice to make about how they were going to proceed. Walk in absolute fear and the negativity that comes with it, or choose gladness and gratitude. Yes, things were difficult beyond what most families will ever endure, but there were always going to be positive things that they could thank God for as well. This is exactly what I just said. Yes, things were difficult. People sometimes live a difficult life, or they have a difficult day, or whatever it is, a difficult situation beyond what families will ever endure, but there were always going to be positive things that they could thank God for as well. There's always something positive. There's always something that you should be grateful for. There is. Like you see people who go through it, whether they're like this, like their kid is going to the hospital and they're fighting for their life, or you know somebody that's fighting for their life and you don't know what the outcome is going to be, but you want to know what, they're still thankful, they're still grateful. They want to like, it's crazy. People who have everything are not even happy, because it's not about the money. It's not about this. It ain't about that. You got to find your purpose in life. You got to find what really fuels you, what really drives you, what you're passionate about, what you love to do. You know what I mean? I say you know what I mean a lot, don't I? Mm-hmm. They knew if they didn't proactively find them and express gratitude and thankfulness on a daily basis, they could easily be swallowed up in the grief, fear, and pain they were experiencing. They coined the phrase, choose gratitude because it won't choose you. You have to be the change. You have to be the change. You do. If you're not going to stop right then and there and say, no, I'm not going to be down. I'm not going to let this get to me. I'm going to try to be a change. And it is hard. But guess what? Once you do it, it gets easier. It gets easier. It gets easier. Being Pollyanna-ish is not being unreasonably grateful, unreasonably glad, and unreasonably joyful. There is no such thing. It is the way God commands us to live. He does tell us, like, you should always be grateful, you know? And in my research studies, I've seen the incredible importance of the mindset to living a life of joy. Your mindset is everything. If I literally could talk about your mindset, like, all day long. a negative mindset is not good. A positive mindset is good. It's literally what you give out to the world, it's going to come back to you. So if you have a negative mindset, no bueno, no bueno. Yeah. Okay, there's no such thing. It is the way God commands us to live, and in my research studies, I've seen the incredible importance of the mindset to living a life of joy. There is power in looking for the good things that God is doing, and looking for the things that we can be thankful for, even when they're hard. That's what I'm saying. There's always something to be grateful for, even when they're hard. And I'll read this, and if you want to do like the reflect, like just like you can even like think about it, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna jot this down later because I'm gonna get going in like after this. But it says reflect. Write down 1 or 2 things you have been fearful about or complained about recently. Listen, we all have something we're fearful about, and we all have something that we either complain about. And if you're not complaining about it, it's probably something in your mind that you're thinking about. Larger than expected electric bill, bills, extra work because a coworker called in sick, a demanding family member. What can you be glad for about those same things? You have a home that is comfortable despite the weather. Your coworker did not share her virus. Helping that family member allows you to show them love. Commit to finding the good in the seemingly bad for 1 week. Sometimes I read it, and because I'm not like, I don't either understand it or not. I know sometimes I read it like messed up. What can you be glad for about the same things? You have a home that is comfortable despite the weather. Your coworkers did not share her virus. That's true, because she called out, you had to work. She's not sharing the virus. That's true. Helping that family member allows you to show them love. Show love, share love. It's so important. Commit to finding the good in the seemingly bad for 1 week and record what happens. Ooh, that is true. Record the good in the seemingly bad for 1 week and record what happens. And then the quote is, when we bless God for mercies, we prolong them. And when we bless him for miseries, we usually end them. That's by Charles Spurgeon. See, I would read that as Spurgeon, but it's probably Spurgeon. But yeah, that was the daily devotional. And I'm going to read that again. If I stopped and interrupted, I'm sorry, but that's whenever I read stuff, I always stop and process it. And honestly, I read it over and over and over again to really, truly find the meaning and everything. Oh my God, I know my lips are so bad.
I love you.